That is Husky Stadium on the campus of the University of Washington in Seattle. One of the most iconic venues in college football, and it's iconic not just for the stadium itself, which is definitely a very cool and unique venue. We've got lots of videos showing you the inside of the stadium. This one is going to be about stuff that happens outside the stadium. Right now we're about 3 hours before kickoff, and traditionally on a college campus you got lots of tailgating, and they absolutely have a bunch of that here at Washington as well. Lots of food trucks and all that, and traditional tailgating and buses and campers and all that. You know what this looks like outside of a college football stadium, and they have it in spades here. Lots of Husky fans and Buckeye fans tailgating. What you don't have most places is sailgating. Now this is a little bit of a unique tradition here. They do it at, you'll see it at Tennessee and a couple other spots, but not many, and no one does it quite like Washington, because man, no one has a venue and a location quite like Washington. This is just a few hundred feet, maybe 1,000 feet from the stadium. There is Lake Washington. You can see it down there. We're gonna give you a look out on those boats and head out on that dock. Let you see exactly what's going on out there, because this is a really, I have been looking forward to this trip for the whole time, since the whole time it was announced about a year ago. Really looking forward to this one. And this is one of the big reasons why, because you do not see this just about anywhere else. You hear the air raid siren, that is a Washington thing. We'll play that when they score a touchdown. But here you go, this is the docks, and these are just maybe a few hundred feet from the stadium. And this is a popular spot to be. So you see all sorts of different boats, big boats, slightly less big boats, not a lot of dinghies out there. I'm going to guess it probably takes a decent sized donation to get you a spot at the dock right next to the stadium, because there are a few dozen boats here, and then there's many more out there on the lake. We'll let you see all of that out there in just a minute.
You got tickets?
Good. Here we go. We're gonna head down here. Yeah, a few little sailboats there, but once you get out here, it is serious boats and serious business. They do not screw around with their sailgating here. We'll take a quick walk down here and let you look down here before we head out on the lake. The dock is a floating dock, so it is bouncing a little bit, so the camera's gonna be bouncing a little bit. Sorry about that. That is just the price of doing business on the water. A lot of Washington flags here, unsurprisingly. Head over here, and then we'll head back, head out to the dock that's further out there, and you also get a chance to see some of the boats that are further out in the lake. Not everyone has a spot at the dock. There you go, you got one coming through Lake Washington right now. There's a huge docking facility just to the right of where that's coming. There's like a channel there, and there's a huge docking facility basically right next to the highway there. All right, now we'll head out, give you a look at the ones further out there.
That block sits right there. Right there.
More stuff down there. We're gonna head out on the docks here. I would imagine if it's raining, this is not quite as fun, but man, this is an incredible spot. A few Ohio State fans out here, mostly, obviously, Oregon fans here.
No, but it's not easy to root for a winner, though, right? Well, yeah. I mean, whoa. I will say, totally disagree with you.
You got a bunch of boats. There's lots of them docked, and a bunch of them just kind of tied together here. So you just walk from boat to boat. And then plenty more out there, further out in the lake, kind of hanging out. Looks like they're all anchored and just kind of, well, mostly anchored, and just kind of hanging out, having fun.
Awesome.
Very fun location to do some tailgating. Further out, we're getting close to the end of the dock here. Here's a look back at the stadium here. Just to give you, again, a sense for how close this all is. There's the shore, there's the tunnel we walked through on the way here, but there's the stadium right there. It is right next to the lake, right next to all this stuff that makes it such a cool and unique spot to do this. Head over here, head to the last group here. That one is called Anchor Down. That's more of a Vanderbilt thing. There you go. A few more boats there. And then if you look out at the lake, and a few dozen boats here at the dock, but man, there are many more, probably at least that many, if not more, out there. All sorts of boats. Big ones, small ones. One that looks almost like a paddle boat. You got some catamarans out there, all sorts of stuff. And this is a good-sized lake. It is about 200 feet deep in some spots. Probably not right here, but further out in the lake. It is a good-sized lake. There's about a 4 or 5 mile bridge that goes over it. Connects this to Bellevue on the other side of Lake Washington. Really cool and unique spot. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. We'll try and end it over here. Let you look back at the boats over here. They're kind of coming out from that channel over here out into the lake. Very cool spot. There you go. That one just anchoring and pulling in right now to grab its spot on the dock. So there you go, sailgating at the University of Washington. What a cool spot. Really an amazing stadium and setting here. They call it the greatest setting in college football, and they are not kidding. It is right here. And there is okay, just to give you a sense, there you go. As I'm wrapping it up there, just saying there's a 90-foot boat coming in. So yes, just to give you a sense of the scale, yeah, these are some big boats. So there you go. Sailgating at the University of Washington. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. We will have much more behind the scenes coverage for you, as well as in front of the scenes coverage of the game, Buckeyes and Huskies, kicking off 3:30 Eastern. We'll have coverage, our usual pregame and postgame coverage, all for you at youtube.com/BuckeyeHuddle. So make sure you are subscribed there so you don't miss a thing.